if it's done properly and under doctor's supervision. So let me explain to you how my water fast worked out for me, starting around August, August 10th of 2023. I decided, instead of just going on a diet, I would do a water only fast. And I did all the research for the water only fast. And I've seen articles where 30 to 40 days water fasting is very common. I've seen articles that water fasting for 50 days is possible, but you have to have the addition of some vitamin supplements, which I have right here. Some multivitamin. Any multivitamin will work out just fine. Some magnesium, and that's it. That's all I took was magnesium, 2,000 milligrams, magnesium bisulfate or something like that. Magnesium trichlorinate, this stuff here. So this is what I took. One pill of this a day, 2,000 milligrams, and one multivitamin, water with lemon. Well, our equivalent in the Philippines to calamansi. And I'll show you that momentarily when I take out the foods that I ate. But the results were pretty interesting. I also went on a water fasting only website, and there have been people that have water fasted much longer than me. So without further ado, I started out at 286 pounds, 287 almost. And that was dressed down to just a pair of shorts when I went into the hospital for my hernia operation. And that was in May. And I started eating less and less because of the operation afterwards. But then I got serious about this August 10th. And I went to the doctor that did my hernia operation in the same hospital. And I told him what I wanted to do. And he told me to take the magnesium and the multivitamin. And if there were any other complications, and he explained the possible complications, headache, nausea, diarrhea, any of those things. Because even though you're not eating anything, for 1 week, your system will cleanse itself out. But then after that, you want to have a more firm stool. So, and that comes from the body eating as its own nutrient source and caloric source. It comes from eating the fat in your body. So basically, the fat becomes the food for your body, and that's known as autophagy is part of it, but we'll get into that momentarily. I'll read you from the site. So your body is eating the fat. It also has a tendency to eat scar tissue and even some forms of arthritis. So when I was at 186, 286, my knees hurt when I walked up and down steps, a lot of steps, like 6 or more steps, a lot. So my knees hurt. I'm only kidding with you there, but, well, my knees would hurt when I walked up and down steps. During the time I had been on the strictly water diet, after about 1 month, the pain went away. I don't know why it went away, and normally I would take an ibuprofen for that pain, but then after about 3 weeks, I no longer needed the ibuprofen to walk up and down steps. So then I did some research on this before, and it said that certain forms of injuries, old injuries, from childhood even, the effect of your body eating its own nutrients and on a cellular level, the pain may go away for some forms of arthritis. Not all, but some, and it may not. but in my case, it did. So I went from 287 and 133 kilos, roughly, down to about 103 kilos in 51 days, or basically 70 pounds of weight loss in 51 days. And during that time, I ate only what you see on the thumbnail, which is something called Chinese cabbage. After that time, during the time of the water fasting, I only drank water and calamansi lemon. Now, there are people that don't believe that. I don't really care what you believe. I never cared what you believe, and I'm never going to care what you believe. During the water fast itself, I had water, lemon, and the pills. On the 51st day, I started eating about 4 ounces of lean pork and about 10 ounces of Chinese cabbage, which basically has 30 calories for 10 ounces of cabbage. And the lean pork, when broiled, has not much more than about 150 calories. So I was eating less than 200 calorie meals 2 or 3 times a day. So that not only did the weight that I took off was maintained with the weight loss, but in the last 3 weeks, I lost 1 more inch off my waist for a total of 15 inches off the waistline and a total of 70 pounds. So, and that's without much exercise, because during the first part of that, I was not allowed to exercise because of a surgery I had. Afterwards, I will take a walk occasionally, and I move around a little bit more. But 70 pounds came off, and then more came off since then, another 6 pounds. So for the people that don't believe that you can water fast, I'll show you the articles now, and I'll read the comments. Incentive advice. Holy, you lost weight. Happy Turkey Day. Thank you. Pedo Frank, I don't understand. I don't understand it. Someone keeps saying you would expire if you did that. No, that's the misconception. That's the misunderstanding about not eating. You can do this. It's not, but I could do it. If you were thin or skinny or undernourished to begin with, you could not do what I did. But I had 100 pounds of excess body weight. So for me, the body was just eating the excess weight I didn't need to begin with. So now if I was at my ultimate weight of 175 and I tried to do a water fast only, you could do it for 4 or 5 days, but that's too much of a strain on the body after much more than that. So I'm going to show you on the screen, I'll show you the statistics where people do water fasts all the time, and I'm also going to put that link up on the page for the people. I'm going to turn this around. Okay, that's my page. That's something else. This is the cabbage, and I will. This is called Napa, N-A-P-A with 1 P, Napa cabbage, and that is a form of Chinese cabbage. And that has 12 calories, 12, not 200, not 125, but 12 calories per 100 grams. 12 calories per 100 grams. So if you take a piece of this cabbage like this, and you you take 100 grams of this, which is 4 ounces, and I would take twice that. 200 grams of this cabbage is approximately 25 calories, 200 grams. So that's 8 ounces. 8 ounces of cabbage is more than enough for a meal. And then with that, I would broil up, or I do broil up, this product here, which is pork. And I just went and bought yesterday, I bought pork. This is called Kassim. Kassim pork is a type of pork with a marble fat in it. And this marble fat, when you cook it, the fat comes out, most of the fat comes out, but it's okay to have fat. And then it's a much more softer pork. It's almost what marble fat in regular beef makes the beef tender. The marble fat in the pork, that's Kassim. I have the receipt here somewhere. It's not that much more expensive. It's 325 pesos per kilo, or about $3 per pound, about $3 a pound. And let me see how to spell that. Does it say pork? Kassim. Kassim pork. C-A-S-I-M. C-A-S-I-M. Kassim pork. Right there. And then this is like 325 pesos per kilo, but lean pork is 300 pesos per kilo, but they didn't have any. So this is my next choice, one or the other. So you can have 4 ounces of pork and then broiled or even fried with minimal amount of oil. And we'll take a look at that right now because I do all of this stuff on the computer. So 4 ounces, 4 O-U-N-C-E-S, lean pork. Calories, C-A-L-O-R-R-I-E-S. 4 ounces. So lean pork has 4 ounces, has 136 calories. So my meal is 160 calories, roughly. 160 calories per meal. And I have that 2, sometimes 3 times a day. So after the 51-day water fast, that's what I started eating. Now that's all I've eaten in the next 50 days. And then I lost an additional, it depends, about 3 kilos. That's 6 pounds in 50 days, or about 1 pound every 10 days. That's normal for a diet without exercise. I don't exercise that much. So we're in the rainy season, and the exercise I get mostly is going to the city to buy cabbage. So this is, not only is it possible to do a 50-day water fast, and we're going to go to that page now. Let's turn this around. And then we'll go to the page that shows you the details in Google. Okay, so let's talk about the benefits. Water fasting. What is a water fast? So water fasting is when you don't eat any food other than water. And we lost the page. Okay. So, which you cannot consume anything besides water, but everybody is in agreement that you could have lemon with that. Now, most water fasts last for 24 to 72 hours. with the caveat that you should not follow water fast for longer than this, 3 days, without medical supervision. But because I was under medical supervision, I told my doctor I was going to do it for 100 days. And he said, probably not 100 days, but 30 days or 50 days, which we talked about, would be okay as long as I consumed the magnesium thornate, one pill, 2,000 milligrams a day, and one vitamin, multivitamin, which I got off of Lazada for Kirkland Vitamin. They're about 10 cents each, multivitamin, and the doctor said all vitamins are the same. He goes, multivitamins for $10 or $40, you're getting the same nutritional value out of that. And 90% of that goes in and out without ever affecting your body. So now, this is where I was talking about autophagy, and we'll get to that in a moment. The main reason why people try water fasting is to improve their health. In fact, studies have linked water fasting to some impressive let's try to get that all in the page there, to some impressive health benefits, including, we're going to have to take this back, including lower risk of certain cancers, heart disease, and diabetes. Okay? Water fasting also promotes autophagy. Now, autophagy is when the body starts to eat the dead cells, cancerous cells, scar tissue, and the cells that are not beneficial to the body. Autophagy does that. It chews up the bad stuff. Like if you have a scar tissue, it will go after the scar tissue before it goes after the fat or with the fat. It will take the scar tissue and the fat with it. A process in which your body breaks down and recycles. Now, this is what autophagy is. A process in which your body breaks down and recycles old, potentially dangerous parts of your cells. Okay, so what I said about it going after scar tissue is true, but other people have noticed that it took away some of the pain from arthritis. Not all arthritis, but some forms of arthritis. So in that respect, it's beneficial. And then, as I said before, some people add lemon, and I added lemon. So now it says water fasting is a type of fast during which you're not allowed to consume anything except water. It is linked to a lower risk of chronic disease and autophagy, but it comes with many risks. Okay, so some of the risks are exploited in and on a different page. So it's not without risks. But when I went over it with the doctor, he told me what would be signs that it wasn't beneficial. And one of those was chronic diarrhea, where there was no consistency to your stool at all. That I did not have that problem. I just wanted to share that with you. Another risk would be headaches. I never got a headache, not even one time in 51 days did I ever have a headache. Another risk would be dizziness. I never got dizzy during the time I didn't eat. And if I was hungry, super hungry, like I got a hunger pain which they stop after 5 or 6 days. You just drink some water and the hunger pain goes away. Now, the interesting thing about not eating for 50 days is after the third day, you still feel hungry. On the fourth day, less hungry. On the fifth and sixth day, the hunger goes away. Altogether, you don't even think about eating. You think about eating every time you look at food, but you don't need to eat. That's the difference. So, go by a restaurant, well, I really would like to have some of that food, but you don't have the food. It's a matter of willpower. So I've gotten many people in my diet videos saying that you can't live for 50 days without food. And you can. And now I'll show you that article. I think that's the next article up. People go 50 days, 30 days, 40 days, and some of them go 100 days. Okay, so let's turn this around. Let's go over here. These are some people that did water fasting for 30 days. And you can't really see that much of a difference, but to them, it's a big difference. Multiple inches off the waist, multiple weight loss, in my case, 70 pounds in those 50 days. So I lost 1.5 pounds a day. So now let's go maximum. Let's get this up here, because I know that a lot of you people have trouble believing it. Maximum length, L-E-N-T-H, of water only fast. Now remember, we're going to Google this, but it's going to be under doctor's supervision. So water fasts last 24 to 72 hours, 3 days. You should not water fast without medical supervision. But I had medical supervision. So with that, I followed the procedure of the doctor who was in yesterday's video, because I go to the hospital every 2 weeks to weigh myself, number one, and also to just to drop off bananas, basically. I go to the hospital at least every 2 weeks since my operation in May 5th, okay? And because I enjoyed being at the hospital so much, and the service they provided, the operation they provided, the blood tests they provided, the blood work, the consultations, the x-rays, all of that stuff was done in a very professional manner. So I go to the market, and my jeepney passes the hospital on the way to the second jeepney station where I do the rest of my shopping in Farmers Market. So I just pick up 4, 3, or 5 kilos of bananas every time I get vegetables. The doctors get bananas or oranges. And that was what you see in yesterday's video. I passed out 5 kilos of bananas. So with the doctor's supervision, consultation only, just go in and he'll ask you if there's any change in your with a headache or dizziness, and you say no, and he goes, okay, then you can continue. He just asked me to stop in on occasion to update him to the... So yesterday when I went there, we noticed that I lost 70 pounds. And he was very happy about that. And I'm very happy about that. But now let's go turn this around, and I'll show you what is the longest water fast that you can do. Okay? And there are people that do it up to 100 days. Here's the answer on Google. There is no set time for water fasting should last. However, individuals should discuss it with your healthcare professionals. What is the longest and safest? Okay, so this is Google. You got to remember, this is Google. They're not going to tell you that you can do something because they don't want to be responsible for bad information. But here is a question: can you water fast for 20 days? Can you water fast for 20 days? 20 days of water fasting can be kind of dangerous because the person's body doesn't know how to deal with glucose and fat. All this stuff, says Varady. This could even be more dangerous if you have a metabolic problem like type 2 diabetes. Well, I don't have type 2 diabetes, but I'm just trying to tell you that they say not to do a water fast. Don't do 20-day water fast. Don't do 30-day water fast. Don't do 40-day water. Don't do 50-day water fasts. But people do it. And people have gone 100 days without food. Now, here is another question in Google again. Can your body deal with water diet plan for 1 month? See, they didn't call it a fast. They called it a water diet plan. Your body can deal with a water diet plan for a month, but it is extremely dangerous. Everything depends on your overall health. Other possible medical conditions, the amount of body fat you have, and in my case, I have had 100 pounds of excess body weight. So for me, the body is going to eat the excess body weight and or fat. And I don't understand why some people don't understand this. I don't even understand why some people can't understand that when I said I didn't eat for 51 days, I didn't eat for 51 days. Of course, I did have the calamansi I ate on a live stream a few times to break some chops, but I did that on purpose because I knew it would rile up somebody and they would say, "Oh, you see, he's eating calamansi. He's eating the lemons and the rind from the lemons." Because it doesn't take much to rile up some people. So I did it as a joke, and it worked. I heard about those calamansi skins for months, for a month. So I don't understand why when somebody says something, you can't believe it. But I do understand when somebody that doesn't understand because they don't understand. That's what I do understand. I understand people don't understand because they don't understand what I said they don't understand. Because they just don't understand. We call that they just don't get it. So I didn't eat anything for 51 days. And during that time, I lost about 23 kilos, about 23 kilos. And from that time on, from the 51 days till yesterday was, this last week was 100 days, or this week was 100 days. I lost another additional 9 kilos. So I lost about 32 kilos total. And 32 kilos, if we go to the chart, is, let's go over here, 32, there's a chart on here in Google. 32 kilos, you take the number 100 out of there, you put the number 32 in there, that's 70 pounds. Originally, in the 51 days, I lost 23. That's 50 pounds in 51 days. It's just, these are rough numbers. But right now, I'm at 100 kilos. So let's go to 100 kilos, 100, thereabouts. That's 220 pounds. I'm actually at, and that was 100 kilos with my shoes on that were wet because it was raining and my clothes were wet. So I'm going to, and I had lunch yesterday and I drank almost a liter of water. So I'm going to say that was 98 kilos yesterday, if deducting for the clothes. So 216, and we started out at 286. That's 70 pounds, right? To 60 pounds. Yeah, that's 70 pounds. That's 70 pounds. So that's quite a bit of weight. And now I'm on the Chinese pechai, 10 ounces, 8 or 9 or 10 ounces of Chinese. I don't weigh it. I just look at it and I go like this. Yeah, that's about 8 ounces. So, and then the 4 ounces of meat, I know what that looks like because I did weigh it out on a digital scale in the city. So I know about what that looks like. So my weight loss, my 15 inches off the waist, was 14 3 weeks ago. Now it's 15 inches off the waist. Those are firm numbers. Now, as long as I don't go back, then I have not even eaten 1 gram of bread or rice. But I do have 1 baby spoon of sugar in with my powdered coffee every morning. I have 1 baby spoon. And I will show that to you because I know some people don't understand that they don't understand because they don't understand what they don't understand. And that's like when you don't understand something and you can't understand it, you don't understand that you don't understand what you don't understand because you can't understand. And that's part of the expression that I used to tell my men when I had men working for me back in America. I would tell them, if ignorance was a state of bliss, you guys would be like gods among men. And they would say, thank you. Think about that for a moment. So this is the spoon that I have every morning of coffee. And that is just, it's a baby spoon, not a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. And I take 1 spoon like this of brown sugar. It's molasses sugar. And I have a spoon about that big in with my coffee. And I put 3, sometimes 4, same size spoon of coffee in the cup. And then 2 ounces of water. Now, what you need to do when you do that, and you really do need to do this, you need to put the spoon of sugar in first, mix it up good, get it to where it is emulsifies in with the water. Then put the 3 or 4 little baby spoons of coffee in there, and then 2 ounces of water with the sugar, and then go like this, and then drink it, because it tastes horrible. It's really not a good taste at all. It tastes like coffee dust. It tastes really, but I mean, a real man, when a real man could deal with it, a real man could do without this. But I typically I'll give it a little nose pinch and I'll drink it like that because it tastes horrible. And then about 1.5 to 2 minutes later, you start to sneeze because your body's going into shock from all of that caffeine. And then I do that at 5:30, at 5:45 in the morning, and then I'm good to go until 8 o'clock at night. So that's how I drink. That's how real men drink coffee. Real men drink all their coffee at once early, and then by 8 o'clock I'm ready to go to sleep again. But that's the only carbohydrates or sugar that I've had in 100 days. I've had 100 spoons that size of sugar, 0 bread, zero rice. And last week, I would have stopped off for a cheeseburger, but they had no cheese. So I didn't eat the hamburger. And then yesterday, I would have stopped off for a hamburger for Thanksgiving, but they had no buns. So I went to the same place to have a hamburger twice in 2 weeks. And once they didn't have cheese, and once they didn't have buns. And we call that welcome to the Philippines. So my next video, this video is about to end. If someone has something to say it now. I'll forever hold your peace. And then my next video is going to be... My next video is going to be about this phone. The green screen of death. They call this the green screen of death. The iPhone, it's like the Windows blue screen of death. When the screen turns green, it's time to shell out some green to get the screen fixed. So thanks for watching, and God day to everybody from Michael Thomas Fazio, on a diet in the Philippines, baby. Oh yeah, and the website that I'm on, I have before and after pictures. Many of the people on the website have gone, 30 days is just normal for the people on the website that I'm on. 50 days is almost as normal as 30 days. Because these are serious people that are looking to lose some serious weight. One fella, 100 days. Another man, 180 days. But he started out at 500 pounds. And he's under doctor's supervision, and he's taking all the right medicines to go along with his diet. But for me, I had no complications with the weight loss. And if you can't understand that 30 days of a diet is possible and or common, then, like I said, like I used to tell my men, if ignorance was a state of bliss, you'd be like a god among men. And here we go with another comment. John S. Just want to say happy Thanksgiving and God bless from John S. Thank you, John S. Congrats on the weight loss. Thank you. So, am I gonna go back on the water fast? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm now at the point of losing more than 1 kilo per week. So in 3.5 weeks, I lost almost 4.5 kilos. So if I lost 4.5 kilos, I'm losing about 1 kilo a week. Now, also have to understand, when I weighed myself yesterday, I have food in my intestines. Now, if I went on a water fast again, I would immediately lose 7 pounds in 3.5 or 4 days. That would be 3 kilos. Because your body holds 5 pounds of food in the small and large intestine and the stomach. So some of the weight that I lost originally, I gained back by having food in my system. You'll have to take all of that into account. But the most important thing that I want to pass on to you people is that for me, that had 100 pounds of excess weight, I had no complications, no headaches, no diarrhea. Now, your stool is soft, but what they mean by chronic diarrhea is just water. Mine came out like an Alabama pancake waffle mix. Some like a thick, not quite peanut butter, but similar to a good stiff waffle mix. And that was explained to the doctor, and he said that's a good thing. So I just wanted to share that with you, because sharing is caring. John S., thanks for stopping by, and everybody else. I'm going to do another live stream right now on... Oh, no, John S. says, no one can say you did not do a good job on your weight. I should show you the proof right here. Here is the proof of the weight loss. Now, of course, I could mimic things that aren't so, but here's where, when I started this board here, this vertical board, when I started my weight loss, my belly just touched this board like this. Okay? When I started the diet. And now, when I lean back against the desk behind me, I have 3 inches over here. Right here, I have about 2.5 to 3 inches here. And then this is a full 4.5 or 5 inches. So 4.5 or 5 inches off the belly coming from the chest is where I was. And now, here is this. And I did have breakfast. I did have my lean pork with my cabbage. And I did drink 1 liter of water plus what's in here since 5:30 this morning. So I drank 1 liter and 1/3 of a liter. I think I'll bang this out a little bit. With the lemon, and nothing else. Now I won't eat again until about 3 o'clock this afternoon. So the diet worked. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to do a live stream now on this iPhone 13, the green screen, because the live stream is going to start in less than 7 or 8 minutes. That is upsetting. That's a $500 problem. That's a $500 problem. This is a $500 problem. And it's iPhone's fault. Stop back in about 10 minutes for the iPhone 13 Pro Max update. Green screen problem and how it can be fixed for as little as $60 to $135. All right, that's my next live stream. Bye-bye for now. And of course, Amping Permi, which means take care always from the Philippines, baby. Bye-bye for now. And for those of you watching from America, happy Thanksgiving. I forget about Thanksgiving. In fact, yesterday, funny thing, I've never seen turkeys for sale in the Philippines. In the stores, I've never seen a turkey buffet on Thanksgiving, and I've never heard of anybody that sells turkeys. On the way to the city yesterday, and I go to the city once or twice a month, the jeepney had to stop and wait for a lady. And I looked out the window, and it was a turkey farm. There's actually a place that has live turkeys for sale in Bohol. And I'm not real sure that I know where it is, but there's no street names here. There's no addresses. But I looked and took a landmark down in case I ever want one, but I don't think I'm ever going to want. But it was the first time I ever saw a turkey, live turkey in Bohol. I'm sure they have them out in the province, but not here. But yesterday I saw 6 turkeys running around, and they had the tail feathers cut off, and they were dressed down a little bit feather-wise, but they were turkeys. They had the turkey gobble thing there, the throat thing. It was pretty interesting. Just oddly enough, it was Thanksgiving, and that was the day I saw the turkeys. The universe hath provided once again. Amping Permi, which means take care always. From the Philippines, baby. Bye-bye for now.